Hey, dope is first again? Oh my. How many? We need to get a dope uh first in the stream counter. Yo, what's up? Oh, is Dwayne Oliver, are you a new member? Um, if so, you might need your rewards, so join the Discord and get a hold of me and then I can help you, or if not, you can follow me on Twitter or whatever. But, what's that, Plume Bob? Yeah, peak spoilers, yeah. Honestly, I missed a lot of the spoilers because they came out when I was asleep, and I haven't seen a single image of the spoiler. I've actually no, I've seen one image of the spoiler. I'm not really gonna talk about the spoilers in this, but like I'm just hyped because the Black Clover manga is returning. We should get the unofficial translations from TCB scans probably by Friday. And then I will do a stream on Sunday reviewing it. I don't know where I should even put the chat. I need to recalibrate how the chat looks too. Because like it just stops at the top. But I don't know. I don't want to cover the whole screen, I guess. But the only reason I have this whole chat on screen is so that when I post this onto my stream channel, people can see the chat. I did also his mid-fight when they came out. Asta fought Arz Lucifera, especially this week's leaks. Oh yeah, I've seen the leaks, guys. I'm not going to talk about them too much just because... I don't know, that's just not... I like to wait for the official chapter. Scythe, Broku have many questions. For what? Oh yeah. Kartik, yeah, good point. I'm not going to talk about that too much just because I don't like to spoil people like I used to make like chapter reviews on the things, but hey Speener, what's up, bro? Speener's the guy I told you guys I'm doing Black Bulls versus Pain. He's the guy that I'm doing the video with. So you guys could check out his channel right now and sub to see what you're getting into. Now I'm going to see if Speener responded to my Discord message. Because him and I are in the final stages of getting the video done. Oh, he did message me. Yeah. What's up, Jay? Thanks for coming in again. Finally got alive, yeah. First Asta physical strength. What do you mean? Speener, when can we expect another Black Lore video? Yeah, Speener dropped a bunch of stuff. I think I got food poisoning, and I randomly got recommended a Speener video again, and then he had done a bunch of more debates. Oh, he just uploaded an hour ago. So yeah, I watched the Demon King versus Asta, Geo versus Asta, Yuna versus Stone Lumiere. Well, actually, I think I listened to them. Nock versus Yami. I think I listened to all those when I had food poisoning and I was throwing up in the toilet. So Speener got me through that. Scythe, my first question, where do you scale Asta's physical strength, pure strength? If you're talking about lifting strength, that's like the video coming out this week, is how much can Asta lift. It's almost done. I'm gonna finish editing the last few minutes after this stream. Anti-magic video keeps getting pushed back. What's the anti-magic video, Speener? I swear I recorded a Yami video for eating. It was supposed to be a collab. Hey, that was us, dude. Wasn't it? It's okay. We'll have to re-record that. The final message, what's up? Six Paths of Pain, or like Reanimation Nagato. So the video we're doing, it's essentially, it's more than just the Black Bulls versus Pain. It's actually, could Pain steal Liebe? And it's the Witch's Forest Arc Black Bulls. Because we thought it'd be way too much of a mismatch to use, like, Current or Spade Saga Black Bulls. So not only do the Black Bulls not get all of their members, but they're way weaker. And there'll be multiple scenarios. Sai, second question, can you explain Lucius's time magic? Like, what can he do with it? Well, I mean, it's kind of implied. It's kind of like implied that he has like grand scale time manipulation from the whole clock theory. But then again, that's not really shown or expanded upon. But like, he can stop time, and when Lucius stops time, it's stated that it's power nullification as well. Like, it's shown in a light novel. When he puts somebody in the time stop, it makes it so their magic essentially gets turned to like 0 or whatever. So that's part of the time magic ability. And he can speed up time, and he can sense the mana of the future, and that's how he can, I guess, see the future. Like, 'cause that's how Julius did it. I mean, I'm sure Lucius can probably do it at a much higher degree now because of all the magic power he had from absorbing Lucifero. But Speener, what's your take on Lucius? Yeah, Speener, what's your take? The anti-magic video gets pushed back because I constantly like to add the script. What even is your anti-magic video, Speener? Like, is it... What is it in terms of a theory? Or what it does? The clock theory was so funny until it got confirmed and I was flabbergasted. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much confirmed. I know you're primarily a Black Clover YouTuber, but I appreciate the time that you still... Oh, yeah, I think MHA is still really good. I'm a few chapters behind again, but I really like it. I don't get how people say it's dropped off a lot. I don't think it's peak My Hero right now, or at least when I was last reading, but it's still really good. I do want to make more My Hero videos, but... Because originally I didn't really want to make videos, because I'm like, damn, well, the manga is going to be ending soon, so like, do I want to put all these time to making videos when it's just going to end in a couple months? But then it just basically was revealed that My Hero is going to go on for like another year. At least. It could be even longer. So it's like, if we're going to get at least a year of My Hero, then I might make videos on it, because I actually really do like it. Broku, can Lucius move? And you mean like, can he move forward or backward in time? Like, can he travel from right now to 2 months in the future, or from right now to 2 months in the past? When is Black Clover coming back? Well, the manga returns this Sunday officially, and then the movie comes out March 31st. And I'm predicting the anime is going to return March 31st, 2024, a year after the movie comes out. Do you have plans for a post Black Clover Broku channel? I mean, I really hope I don't. I don't even know if I want to be doing YouTube, unless if there's some other series that I like just as much as Black Clover by then. I have like other plans, hopefully, but like, I mean, no matter what, I'll probably always be posting, but it will hopefully that by then I'm just doing something else and I'm posting less often or something. I don't know. My plans always change. Because, like, I think we have a while left of Black Clover. Like, a long time. Now we need a stream with Speener, Broku, and Rax, and a big debate stream. I mean, that'd be hard to do, like, at 3 people, unless if it was, like, 2-on-2. Like, I've seen a lot of debates, not even really power scaling, but, like, almost anything where it's a 2-on-2. We have 2 people on one side, 2 on the other. Rax and I are going to be doing a, like, not really a debate, but kind of, like what we did with Fairy Tail versus, or Irene from Fairy Tail versus Black Clover, where it's more of a discussion where there's no judges, and, but, like, it's still kind of as a debate, but kind of not, but, like, the only way one wins is if they concede or whatever. But we're going to be doing that on Doom versus Lucifero, Doom from Marshall. JJK is like 80% done. Yeah, I want to do more JJK videos too. I have a few videos planned in the future. Black Clover top 30 stream. Like One Piece. Top 30 what? Like characters or top strongest characters? Also need more Jack Oats in your collab. The stream could be Broken Rack versus me and... Oh, what? It depends. I don't even know what we would even team up on. My Hero Academia. I think it was actually just stated by Horikoshi, though, Jay, that the manga was going to end a year, and that statement was in December. So that means we basically got like 11 months. And he said if that. Like, it could be longer. So I think we got at least a year. What's up, Mr. Star? Yeah, Speener. Speener, I would say, is definitely a better debater than me. But I think depending on the topic, I could present it as a challenge. What's your question, Francesco? Starting for more Black Clover? Me too. Like, I hope that they expand to do other shit. Like light novels or whatever. How did Asta will save Sister Lily, though? Dark Ayush, that is honestly pretty much kind of answered in the leaks for the chapter, which I don't want to go over. I like to wait for the official chapter to be released. There's multiple reasons for that. Part of it is I think that you get more clarity from the official chapters because these scans are in way higher quality. The translations are actually pretty good. In fact, TCB's been doing very well for the Part 3 of Black Clover, but it's also just because most people will read the official instead of the unofficial. When you're dropping the other Yuno video, what other Yuno video? Like Yuno versus Noel? That'll be in a couple months. Salik. I don't really want to talk about the spoilers. But yeah, I did notice that. How do you think Yuno will get past Lucius Time Magic? I don't like. If you watch the Yuno video, it's like the part 2. Why would I do a part 2? I mean, there's not really. I don't think there's really much else to discuss at this point. Like, Yuno should be able to go against time because he can create stars which can put up a force field against gravity, and gravity is something that is like above time in terms of real world physics because gravity warps and controls time space. So like if Yuno can create force fields with the stars that protect him against gravity, and he's gotten way stronger than it should if it protect him against time magic, unless if Lucius is like that much stronger. Scythe, for your third question, like that's gonna be a whole ass video. Like I have a whole theory of how Lucius is gonna be defeated, and I'm making a video on that. Where's my phone? I have my whole calendar for the next 2 months in my phone of what the next videos will be. It's been pushed back a week because school has been so crazy. Let's see. So this week is how much can Asta lift. That's what this week's video will be. Next week is going to be Black Bulls versus Pain with Speener. Because I'm going to be, when we record that, probably tomorrow, I'm going to be grinding that shit to edit it. Even though I have like so many assignments due already. And then this is like a tentative schedule. I might do How Strong is Sakuna. Well, no, after the Black Bulls versus Pain, it's going to be, finally I'm going to do Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. Like my craziest theory yet. And then I might do How Strong is Sakuna after that. And then after that, so February 16th, so a month from now, will be how Lucius will lose, or how they will beat Lucius. Because I have a whole theory. It really... I can't believe I haven't seen anybody else talk about it, because in my view, it seems like a very, like, it's obvious in an implicit way that that's how Lucius is going to lose. Especially when you look at the character that it was foreshadowed with, and how that character heavily parallels Lucius. So, whoa, that just makes me think to add. I forgot to write one more thing to add to the script. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think that I have had Spinner on the channel yet. Yeah, he's like really knowledgeable for Black Clover and Naruto or Boruto, so a lot of you guys have wanted me to do Black Clover versus Naruto videos, and I just don't, like, know Naruto. Like, I've read it, and I have a vague understanding of the power scaling, but if I'm going to make a video on something like Naruto, or that popular, I cannot get it, like, crazily wrong, so I needed Spinner's help. So it's actually going to be I think it's going to be a very good video, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So I think it's actually it's not just like even a power scaling thing, it's just like an actual interesting scenario. So it'll be really good. Black Wolves is just Team 7. I don't know. What do you guys think? The rabbit hole theory has been so hyped. Dude, I'm so hyped for you guys to see it. Like, that is a video that is going to be a probably 40-minute long theory. Saint Uno versus Saint Noel doesn't seem like a fair fight. It's really not. But it'll be... It's one of the most hotly debated topics, though, in the Black Clover fandom, is Saint Uno versus Saint Noel. There are ways where you can make it close. Like, I'm going to try and talk about the low end and the high end for both, Noel and... Send 50 on Cash App and I'll say Asta beats adult Naruto in the script. No, I don't really care, like, about who wins. Like, I just care about, I guess, in a sense, an accurate power scale. So, like, I don't know. Spinner, I know, like, the huge debate in Naruto, because I think somebody made, like, a multiversal Naruto video. What do you think about multiversal Naruto, Spinner? Moha. So that's the issue, is we don't know if Yuno is technically a captain, because so what we knew is that Senior Magic Knight First Class is the same rank as a vice captain, but Yuno wasn't a vice captain when he got that rank. But it's the same rank. And, so it could be the same with Yuno, where he is a Grand Magic Knight, which is the Brigade Captain rank, but he might not actually be a captain. Because he still has I believe his Golden Dawn robes. So, yeah, so I've seen a lot of multiversal Naruto. Multiversal Naruto is a weird argument, but it can... Oh, so if you use novels in games. He's like star level. I mean, like I said, it's a hot topic. Is that why people will say that light novel Naruto is the strongest? Because the wildest feats are from the light novel? Ugh. What is Asta's best drip? Mine is the Spade Saga one before they ruined it by giving Asta a wife beater for the rest of the arc. I like the Spade Saga, or I like the start of Part 3. Yeah, exactly, Spinner. Grand Magic Knight is the rank given to all captains, and all Grand Magic Knights are captains, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what I was just saying with like how Yuno was the same rank as a vice captain, but wasn't a vice captain until he took it from Longris. So it might even be that there's like a process where he is technically the rank of captain, but I don't know, maybe he has to... I don't know. Hopefully Tabata doesn't just debunk Broku's theory in one chapter. That's the thing, because of the nature of it being a rabbit hole, Tabata really can't debunk it in one chapter. He can weaken it in a chapter, but... What is a new form of devil magic you want to see? Devil spatial magic, devil dream magic. How broken would these things be, ignoring concepts and such? See, that's the weird thing about devils and their magic in Black Clover. Is like for Lilith and Ama, it said that they had devil fire and devil ice. And then really it was demon fire and demon ice in terms of like the raw translation. But like for Zagred, we don't get demon word soul magic. We don't get demon curse magic for Magicula. We don't get demon gravity magic for Lucifero. So I think it's a very unexplored topic that kind of needs to be expanded upon. The novels have Momoshiki creating parallel dimensions and Sakura punching someone with unparalleled physical strength. Sasuke is confident that he on his own could beat Kaguya in his book. Okay. Well, I guess if the books are canon, then you could argue that it would be consistent for Naruto to be multiversal. The new Black Clover chapter comes out this Sunday. Stolak. But yeah, it'll be a fun video. Black Bulls versus Pain. It's interesting how for some of the Black Bulls it was really hard to scale because we didn't see the full extent of the Black Bulls at the Witch's Forest arc. Naruto light novel scaling seems so weird. Yeah, like that's funny because like that's not really an issue in the Black Clover light novels. Because like I read all the Black Clover light novels and there was nothing like any like crazy feats in it. Like there's like interesting scaling implications, but nothing that really broke power scaling in it. The Black Bulls versus the Ryuzen. I think I would put the Ryuzen just because the Black Bulls don't have any upscaling from the time skip yet. But I'm sure that the Black Bulls would win whenever we get to see their full powers and we can actually scale them. Am I the only one who wants Asa to forge his own sword? He's either been gifted or found all his other ones. Well, technically he earned the Demon Slayer sword. And you could argue that he earned the Demon Destroyer as well because he knocked it out of Lick's hands and caught it. So I don't know if you could say he was really given that. And just because Yami gave him the sword doesn't really mean that he didn't earn it either. But like, I think it would be cool if Asa did do something with the forge of his sword. I also have a theory that it's going to be something like Bleach, where Asta can talk to the spirit inside of the sword, because in the light novel it stated that most magic items are functioned by like harnessing the life energy of the wielder. And if that is like the truth, then it like basically this is what happened with Bruce, the Bruce in the light novel, is that he was used so much, and so the items, it consumed so much life energy that it became a sentient being, which means that there could be some sort of life or soul inside of the swords, and Asa could speak with them, kind of like with Ichigo did with Bleach. And then that would either make them stronger or attain like the true forms of the swords or whatever. Oh, okay. You didn't mean gifted in a negative way. I get what you mean then. Kaneki Karma, yo, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. How fast do I think Asta is? Thousands of times faster than light. Broku, can Asta negate natural energy like life energy? There's no reason to assume that if the anti-magic wouldn't work on life energy, but I don't think there's a reason to assume that it would have the same advantage it has over life energy as it does magic. I do not think Osteroth is Asta's father, Nellis, no. It's also hard to say because life energy and mana and magic power are pretty connected, but it should work on life energy, but I don't think it would have the advantage like how anti-magic negates magic. Do I see Asta using his Demon Dweller abilities against Lucius Time Magic? If yes, then how effective do you think it would be? I think that he will learn how to better use the Demon Dweller and use it to the similar degree as the Licht to absorb stuff. And yeah, I think that would help a lot. Did you see people saying Stars and Stripes from My Academia would beat Luck on Twitter? Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of Black Clover downplay from a friend of mine on Twitter. I think he responded to that, so... I think he said Luck is town level, which is hilarious, but... What do you think about the theory of anti-magic being the enemy of mana? I would need you to expand on that. Like, in what way is it the enemy? Because it kind of, like, I guess already is. I think it's even stated in the series that anti-magic is the natural enemy of mana. How do you feel about how anti-magic works on indiscriminately on regular magic, but must be stronger than devil magic and natural mana enhanced magic? Yeah, that could be. In a lot of the images or again, yeah, the scans of the manga, most of the time where anti-magic is severely limited in its potency is when it goes against negative mana. So that could be it, that it truly is infinite. Like, it's an auto negation against any magic that's regular, but devil mana limits it, and he has to be strong enough to negate it. I'd have to, like, reread almost every instance of anti-magic again versus any sort of magic power in the series to get, like, a full opinion on it, but... Andrew, I would argue that Luck is way above Multi-Continental, because if the Salamander is Multi-Continental, then just through, like, chain scaling, you could easily get Luck way higher than that. Do I see Asta getting anti-magic mana zone that'd be broken? I mean, he kind of... It's hard to say, like, unless if anti-mana or anti-magic or anti-energy, the three different ways you could call it, unless if that exists in nature, then he can't do Mana Zone, because Mana Zone is absorbing nature's mana and creating her zone of mana. If anti-magic doesn't exist in nature, then he can't do it. He could do like a pseudo Mana Zone where he does like the same technique where there's a zone of anti-magic around him and it severely increases his power and senses and reactions, and he can create anti-magic attacks from all over the place. But he would have to do it differently, unless if anti-magic does. Multi-Continental Black Clover is wild. I've seen it before, but I've not come to terms with it. Yeah, I think it's just pretty sound, just going off the data book feed for the Salamander. Like, I used to be kind of wary on it too, because it was from a data book, but... I mean, Tabata just blatantly says he didn't have enough time He didn't have time to show what fully characters could do in the manga. So he wanted to expand on that in the data book. And I just don't think it's hyperbole because of the measurement that's given with it either. Broku, you said anti-magic was a magic, so you think he can use the magic abilities that all mages can use with it, such as enhancement magic and creation magic? Well, I actually, like, my theory doesn't mean that that's, like, actually what I believe. I think there's a decent probability that anti-magic is just negative mana, but I'm not claiming that it, like, definitely is. So, but if anti-magic is just negative mana, like my theory is making a prediction that it could be, then it would mean that he probably could use all those abilities of regular magic. I doubt magical techniques could be used to control anti-magic. Well, the issue is that it kind of already is similar enough, because in the anime canon, God just says that Asta should be able to learn to use his anti-magic just how anybody can learn to use their mana. And then he does it. He does it, and he creates a Black Slash. And then also, Asta can use Zeton with anti-magic, whereas everybody else uses it with mana. So like it's already showing that you can use magical techniques-ish with it. And then also the Demon Swords absorb it just like mana. So it's pretty similar in terms of an energy. But it definitely needs to be explained more. Hopefully we actually get an explanation of what anti-magic is. Like, I wonder if Tabata just wants to keep it on the down low, and he'll end the series with never explain what anti-magic really is. But, because I guess it could ruin the magic of it for some people. Since Morris is back, do you think we're going to get a fight between him and Mars? It's certainly possible. I'm honestly not hyped about Morris coming back, because I just feel like Tabata is still gonna fumble him again. Like, I don't see how Tabata is gonna make up for what he did with Morris in the past. Like, hell, he could just write a good fight with Morris, and that'd be cool. But it doesn't negate the hype that he should have had. Like, I feel like the only way you can redeem Morris as a great villain is he would have to take away from what Lucius is, because I feel like the only way to make Morris good now, as a great villain, would be to have him rebel against Lucius, and then that would make Lucius he wouldn't look as cool. But it depends, like, how everything is done, because we can't foresee everything that Tabata is doing or planning. Oh, definitely Dark Ayush. We're definitely getting Asta versus Yuno. Like, Tabata is, like, that's gonna be, like, probably the most insane fight. And, because, like, Tabata teased us with the Royal Knights tournament that it was gonna be Asta versus Yuno fighting there. And then we didn't get it. And I believe the closest thing we've gotten to a fight with Asta and Yuno is Yuno charging up his attack in front of the entire populace and hitting Asta with it. And, well, Asta negated it, just to show that Asta really is that strong. It was the Star Awards Festival. And somebody said guns in Black Clover with magic. Could it work? Guns are already in Black Clover. Yeah, it's not even like some weird anime thing. It's literally in the manga. It's in the Star Awards Festival. They go to one of those games and they have guns, and you put your magic into the guns and you shoot with it. So yeah, you could definitely have guns in Black Clover. Mars plus Lotus plus Morris versus Lucius. Let them all die. That could be pretty cool. I think we'll definitely get some deaths this arc, but I also am a little concerned if they'll be permanent based on what Lucius can do with his power. Yeah, Mr. Star. Were they actually toys, though? Because they just looked like guns to me. Yeah. Like, I've wanted like somebody in Black Clover to have like some sort of gun magic. Like I wanted there to be like a cowboy mage or whatever who had like Wild West magic or something. That could be a pretty cool thing. And like he just creates guns. Like that'd be cool. Like just like the wackiness of it would fit in Black Clover, even though it's a fantasy series. What's up, Scythe? Why are you extending my name like that? What you got in your mind? Jay, the only way I can see Morris getting his respect back is 1, he kills a character, 2, is the Black Zetsu of Black Clover and flips the arc on his head. See, in my opinion, there is a Black Zetsu type character, but it's actually done incredibly well, and it's definitely not Morris, and that person is the subject of Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole. So, like, I don't think it's going to be Morris. Like, it's definitely going to be a different character if there's going to be a Black Zetsu type moment. How do I ship in Black Clover? I mean, just like, Asta and Noelle, obviously. Yuno and Charmy. And then Yami and Charlotte. And beyond that, I really don't think about it too much. I really never think about shipping. The only thing I really ever think about is Asta and Noelle. And that's just because my girlfriend likes Black Clover, and she likes Noelle, and she wants Asta to get with Noelle. So, like, she'll bring it up all the time. So that's, like, the only time I really think about shipping is when my girlfriend brings it up, because I really don't care. Besides Asta and Yuno. I mean, no, did I say Asta and Yuno? No! Asta and Noelle. More hints for the rabbit hole. Let me get thinking again. Yeah, I mean, I've given a few amount of hints to who the theory is about. Luck and Amari, that I really like that one, actually, yeah. You believe in Asta Mimosa's superiority? Man, that hurts. That really hurts. Like, how strong will Elf Charlotte be in the Spade arc? Do you mean, like, if you brought, like, Charla and put her in the Spade arc? She'd be fodder. She'd be absolute fodder. Like, if you look at every material that's connected to each other in Black Clover, like, if you take all the scaling from the manga, and then you take in the scaling from the anime canon, Charla is fodder. Like, because if you go with the anime canon, Yami and Charla, and at least back in the Zagred fight, Yami and Charla kind of scaled to each other. Yami was just way stronger with Mana Zone. And then in the anime canon, it stated that Yami is like a whole transcendental power level above what he was. And Charlotte scales to Yami. And then she goes and trains in the Heart Kingdom. So Charlotte was already stronger than Charla before she even went to go train in the Heart Kingdom. If you add in the anime canon scaling. So, like, if Charlotte is already stronger than Charla before training with the Heart Kingdom, then Charla is going to be incredibly weak. Witch Queen has been engineering the manga since before Licht was born. See, that's the thing, is the Witch Queen is mentioned in my Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole theory, but the Witch Queen is just a pawn. What's the limit of Raya's copy magic? Well, it's based on his magic power. For one, he has to touch the Grimoire, and then when he's in his regular levels of power, he can only use one magical attribute at a time. Then when he's an elf, I think he did 3 at a time. I can't remember the exact number. So it's like the more magic power you have, the more abilities you can use at once. A pawn for who? That's what the video is about. That video will be out in 2 weeks. Because this week is how much can Asta lift. Next week is Black Bulls versus Pain, and then the week after that will be Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. Osteroth's... No, that's what... I think that's way too obvious. Everybody's thinking that Osteroth is going to be the Black Zetsu of Black Clover. And I don't see that. I think that's way too obvious. But when you... I think when you watch Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole, you will completely understand my perspective. And think that if anybody's going to be a Black Zetsu, it's this person. Like... This is literally by far the most influential character in the series. It's not even close. So, like, it's gonna be wild. Like, I literally every time every time I was working on the script for the theory, I would just be like, "Holy crap!" Like, all this is so implicit. But when you write down all of the implicit stuff and then pair it with the explicit stuff, this character is absolutely insane with how important they are. Broku just ignore my questions like 10 times. Well, there's a bunch of people chatting. I can't answer everybody. I've already answered several of your questions, so don't complain. There's probably people that haven't had their question answered in a while, because there's so many people chatting. So, Scythe, if you ask your question one more time, maybe I'll answer it if I see it. Asa doesn't have infinite speed. There is an argument for it. It's hard to say. Like, I think that if there was one more infinite speed feat, then it would be more sound. But because it's just like, you know, Yami cut through an infinite space, which would be infinite speed, and Dorothy dodged it. But Broku for not. Oh, did you want to come on stream? You can. I'm only gonna be streaming for a little bit longer because I gotta get back to editing my video and then studying. But if you want to come on, if you're still down to come on, I'll let you come on. Yeah, I didn't know you wanted to. Oh yeah, you just messaged me on Discord. I opened Discord and then I didn't even look at it. Your message. But yeah, if you want to come on, I'm gonna take a piss and grab my water bottle real quick though. So. Okay, Scythe. Okay, I'm gonna read Scythe. I'll read your thing, and then I'm gonna go take a piss and get my water bottle. Yami dimensional slash negged an infinite size dimension, so makes the slash infinite speed. Then Yami surpasses that Hex using his pure strength and speed, and Asta is faster than a Hex. Where's Asta? Well, like, I think it's more simple if you just say Yami with dimension slash cut an infinite dimension, and then Dorothy dodge that slash. That would mean that anybody with scaling to Dorothy has infinite speed, and it'd be a lot of people because like all the captains or whatever. But so yeah, like it'd just be like a different level of infinite speed. But yeah, I'm gonna take a piss and then grab my water bottle. I'll be right back.
you in?
Oh,
W.
hold up. There's something wrong with my mic. Alright, can you talk now? Okay, now it's working. What's up? I gotta make sure that they can hear you on stream first, because I think I have that setting turned off.
They can't hear either of us on stream right now, because I'm tuned into the stream. I still hear that music. Yeah.
Alright, well, it might be because I went to take a piss and there's no... Because, like, the stream's behind a little bit.
Oh, how much is your stream buffer?
Dude, it does, a huge degree. It always has. Even though I have pretty good internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your stream just started hearing me.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I remember there's a perception that I lost a debate because my stream buffer was 3 minutes when I thought it was 15 seconds.
Oh, God.
So I cut off the end of this debate, this crazy debate. Oh my gosh.
Alright, I'm gonna see. Even though I have pretty good internet. Do you sound pretty good on
I'm
stream?
glad
Oh,
we
yeah, you
agree
sound good.
Ichika over Lucifero.
Huh?
I'm glad we agree Ichika over Lucifero.
Oh, you agree?
Oh hell yeah. Ichika would have run him.
Dude, the Black Clover fandom's just not ready for the reusing scaling.
Like, all of the Ryuzen 7 just neg the last art.
Oh, I know.
Honestly, I think it might be independently. Unless you want to say, like, oh, Ichika is just, like, the second strongest by a large margin. Which, honestly, I'm kind of fine with. But...
I think she is the second strongest, but the reason why I think that the others are at least relative is because it took her, like, a significant amount of energy to defeat the Dragon Head, and all the others could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they'd have to be at least somewhat relative. But, yeah, like, it's insane how strong they are. Like, and then the Zetten multiplier is just wild.
Zetten, 1,000 times.
1,000?
You know what? I'm just going to go with 1,000 times Zetten. Yeah. Just like 10 to the third power.
Oh, God.
Or was it to the power of 10? Was that what the...
So, the Raws is many tens of times. So I've been using 40.
Okay, so it... Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily get like 5 or 6 out of the word many.
You could, yeah.
I definitely... I feel like that's a little extra.
Yeah.
Broku, I've come to a conclusion recently, and
What
I
is
don't
it?
think it's one you're gonna like.
Tell me.
I just don't vibe with Universal Dorothy anymore.
Oh, really?
I think that it creates so many problems. Like, the issue with Universal Dorothy becomes there's so much that comes out of the idea that Glamour World, Dream World is infinite, and there's so much that contradicts it. That, like, it used to be, oh, there was so much stuff in Glamour World, like there was an infinite amount of stuff, and so it just broke. Like,
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right. Like, oh, there was a beyond infinite amount of physical items in an infinite space.
You mean like when
So it broke.
when there was Dorothy and
Okay,
Reeve?
so then it's probably countably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that Glamour World is probably just countably infinite. And not, like, uncountably infinite or, like, truly infinite.
Yeah. I mean, I've never fully really been on it, but I've been working on an idea.
You were always down for the meme.
Yeah. I mean, because it is really... It is one of the simplest ways to argue how strong Black Clover is. Like, because to argue, like, anything else, you have to show data book statement, calculations, blah, 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 blah. But, like, with Universal Dorothy, you just be like, oh, well, it's stated to be an endless realm. And then it's just so way simpler to argue.
What's funny is it's not even stated to be an endless realm. It's stated that the person who said it's not an endless realm is wrong. Like, what kind of...
Well, you're talking about like when Magna says that Luck is stupid.
Magna's like, no, it's not infinite. And Luck says, you're stupid for thinking it's not infinite. And then Dorothy's like, yeah, that guy's spin.
Well, she said the impossible is possible in Glamour World, which I thought like
Yeah, because
supported
he
it.
calls the idea of it being infinite is impossible.
Yeah.
No, it's a negation of a negation. So like obviously she's saying like luck and right. But,
Yeah, I think there is more evidence to support Universal Black Clover than that, but I've been working on it. But I still just go with the lower end metas mostly.
And honestly, until Yami / Dreamworld opened, nobody scaled to it.
Oh yeah.
Luck and Magna do not scale to Reeve. 1, it's combo magic. 2, she's asleep. Like, there's just so many things wrong with it.
Yeah, people.
And then like she has an unnamed defensive spell. She does have like defensive magic, but she doesn't have it up when she gets hit.
Yeah, and like people don't understand that a combo spell is like it's more than just A plus B. Like
W take.
and like that's why I think that people were like downplaying the Ryuzen, is because like Heath, it was a combo spell with Heath and Lily, but people don't realize that combo spells are more than A plus B.
I mean, like, look back at I think we've talked about this before. If not in VC, we've talked about it in DMs. Look back at Luck in or Luck in Magna versus Geo.
Yeah.
If you don't read that too closely, you think that like, oh, they just started fighting whenever we see it. No. They pull up, their clothes are completely fine, and then the moment we see, like, we cut back to them, they're like absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Like Geo is sitting there just running them. And then he gets ran over by Veto. And then all of a sudden they're able to like land hits on Veto? No. That's just not how it happened. That combo magic is you could argue combo magic is A times.
I mean it's at least greater than A plus B, but yeah. Sleeping Danger,
Yeah.
Dorothy strongest captain propaganda push. That's stinky.
W. Dorothy strongest captain W.
It's still an L that Tabata had the Morris fight off screen with Dorothy.
That is an
Honestly,
Honestly, bring back
Broku
Morris.
Asta has
Give me
infinite
Morris.
speed because he was frozen in Lucia's time bubble. I mean, he just broke out of it with anti-magic though.
He just has anti-magic. So, for anyone wondering, like, what someone has to do in time magic to be, like, infinite or immeasurable speed. So, if someone continues to move and stops time, so, like, they're put in, what is it, chronostasis,
Yeah,
right? That's the spell's name?
yeah,
So if, let's say somebody starts walking around inside a chronostasis bubble without the help of any magic, they're just that fast, right? That's what we would call immeasurable speed, which is like what you see with the Flash, where he can just run back in time. Now, crossing an infinite number of distance, or an infinite amount of distance in a finite amount of time is then infinite speed. So, like, if you say Dorothy's dream world is infinite, right? Like, completely infinite, and Yami / goes from any area of it and then hits the edge,
yeah.
then Yami / would have infinite speed. But Dimension / even if you say Dorothy's dream world is infinite, Dimension / breaking it is not an infinite speed feat because it like tears a fourth dimensional hole in reality. So he's just like tearing the pocket or the bubble around it. Dorothy couldn't activate her spell against Morris, I presume. No, I think she did.
It looked like it was activated against Morris because he was like, it looked like he was breaking out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that, because there's a difference when you like move and stop time versus if your defenses are letting you move in it, because by breaking the time around you or the time magic around you, because like
Yeah,
it looked like
'cause then
Asta
it's just-
was
then it's
completely
just
stopped in base, and then he went full black form, and he was able to move around it. Like it'd be different if like Because, like, in the light novel, it stated that
Is
time
Asta's
magic is power
Infinity
null.
Slash and
If he had no anti-magic and he moved in it, then I'd say that's better evidence.
that'd be different.
Yeah.
That would be completely different.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if Infinity Slash is an infinite amount of damage. No.
I think it could
That's
be,
like,
but...
is Big Bang Attack a universal? Like, it could be, but not by proxy of it being called Infinity Slash, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Could he seal Morris or even defeat him? Wait, who?
Will Asta be able to move in stopped linear time? No, he won't.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't actually think it slashes infinite speed. I think
I
it's
wouldn't be
slower than
surprised if we, like, if because of Lucius we get those crazy feats, but Asta moving in it isn't, because he has... It's shown that his defenses is what made him move in it, not, like, his just natural speed.
that. It's like, have you seen No Way Home, Broku?
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's like whenever, Spider-Man's body is moving after he's been, like, astrally shot out of it. Like, he's not moving that quickly in slow motion because he's that fast. It's because he just has, like, a way to negate what's going on.
Yeah.
Fun fact, yes, Spider-Sense, for some reason, lets Spider-Man's body move without him being present. It's, like, incredibly consistent throughout a lot of comics.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of Spider-Man comics when I was little. Like, I'd always go to the bookstore and pick up Spider-Man comics, so I cannot, like, remember any of that shit. Because I think I started reading when I was, like, 5 years old. I think the only comic of Spider-Man that I remember reading, it was, like, an Ultimate Spider-Man run.
Ultimate Spider-Man,
And it was, like,
just
it was, like, the
regular
origin...
Peter Parker, or was it Miles Morales?
It was Peter Parker, and it was the origin of Peter Parker in the Ultimate Spider-Man, and I think I read the first few issues.
So Ultimate Spider-Man is actually like a big W. If you have enough time, you should read Ultimate Spider-Man because it's a much more condensed version of Peter Parker lore.
Oh, really?
In fact, like the first 3 chapters, he doesn't have the suit at all. He doesn't have powers yet at all.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember.
But then
reading.
Miles Morales takes over the Ultimate Spider-Man line.
Yeah.
Which is also a W. All right.
Do you see Sister Lily dying in this arc? That's one of the questions. I don't.
Sister Lily dying?
I don't know.
I think in Tabata's eyes, Asta has been through enough.
Yeah.
I really don't see, like, I do not see that happening because in Tabata's eyes, Asta has just now, like, mastered his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, he's already going through, like, a major emotional hardship. So they're just not going to kill him.
Yeah.
They'll kill her.
Do you think anybody's gonna die?
The way that it affects the character is just too crazy.
Do you think anybody's gonna die in the Holy War? Like an actual true death, not like they die and then Shenanigans brings them back?
It depends on... Alright. Who dies depends, 1, on who else is present. 2, if Lucius becomes a good guy at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
And 3, how long you want them to be dead. I think the maximum any character will die is about 15 chapters.
So you think that nobody's gonna be like fully, truly dead from the Holy War?
No.
Oh.
Did Tabata forget Leopold, and is he past bringing him back?
It'd be so funny if, like, we get to the Holy War and we get, like, a report of everybody who's dead, and it just shows that Leopold died, and that's the only, like, the last time we've seen him since the Spade Saga.
Yeah, it's just the last time we see him.
Just like, what is it, Midnight from My Academia? How they just showed that she had died.
Bro, people were, like, saying some crazy stuff about Midnight's death.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember what
Twitter
was said about
wild.
it.
They were just interpreting what the villains were saying in the horniest possible.
Oh god. That sounds like My Hero Academia.
I think we can leave it at that. I think we can leave it at that.
Oh no. That does not sound very good.
It was something only a villain would say.
Oh god. No permadeath. I have a feeling that somebody's gonna actually die. Like, if somebody's gonna die, though, I think the odds-on favorite is, like you said, if Lucius becomes good, and he brings everybody back who he killed, but in exchange for his life, and maybe even Julius's too. But like,
yeah. So, I think Julius is the only lasting dead.
Do you think he's actually dead right now?
I think Julius. No,
yeah, I don't think he's dead right now.
But I do think Julius kills himself to kill Lucius.
That could be.
I think that would be a huge W.
That would be.
If we see like a mental fight between Lucius and Julius.
Oh yeah, that'd be epic as fuck.
Do I think Lucida will come back as a paladin? Ugh, that'd be fire. In Mars is a W. I'm Mars stan #1. Like, been a Mars stan since day one. Been missing him forever now.
Oh god, yeah.
I thought, oh, we're gonna go to the Spade Kingdom. Let me get some Mars.
Dude, that was set up. That was set up. Like,
they set it up with Morris.
The fact that
why would you have Morris and not the rest of the Shining General?
It's also that right before the Spade Saga starts, they show the Diamond Kingdom being invaded by the Spade, setting up our expectations that we'll see the Diamond characters again. I honestly
we saw Lotus.
I feel that Tabata's editor had made him like change the structure of the Spade Saga, because I feel like there had to have been like the original intent was for Mars and Ladros and Fonzel and Mariella to be there, and that this was going to be a bit more of a grander battle with the Diamond Army also. Because I think we got a new editor. What's Lucius
doing whenever Ladros absorbs his magic?
Huh?
What's Lucius doing after Ladros absorbs his magic?
Yeah, I mean, but what if he just touches Ladros? Ladros absorbs it.
What happens? More accurately, what is Ladros doing to not die after absorbing Lucius' magic?
He absorbs Lucius's magic, and then Lucius rewinds time so that he never absorbed the magic in the first place.
Here's the issue, right? Let's say Ladros does come back.
I think he will.
And he empties his mana reserves. So, it's stated once by a character and another in a questions brigade that you cannot change the amount of mana that you have.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. You are born with the same amount that you die with. All that you can do is change your control and get spells that can let you more accurately use it.
I would also say you could bring in more nature's
mana. And then
mana
you can obviously use natural mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use nature's mana.
There is another statement that does say you can increase your magic power,
mana,
but...
Yeah.
But it is...
I think the two statements and one of them being a questions brigade is more consistent.
Yeah.
But then you have, like... Does that mean that Ladros can never absorb any more mana than he did when he was Spirit Ladros? Like, there has to be a capacity if you can't amp your own, right? Or do you think you can just, like, have as much as possible?
I'm not sure. Somebody's supposed to stop talking over each other. When have we even been doing that? That like happened like one time. It's probably because he just saw it on the 3-minute delay.
Yeah.
You think Lucius can get his Aizen moment? No, we both just read that.
No. Aizen's moment was insane. It was... I don't like Bleach. I really don't. But Aizen's moment, his reveal, when Ichigo comes at him with his newly acquired Bankai that he just used, and he was gonna like fucking, excuse me, sorry, not my stream, shouldn't have cussed.
I really don't.
He was
care.
gonna run. He just ran through Byakuya with it, and then he comes at him with the Bankai. His music's playing and everything. Aizen catches the sword. The music stops. You've never heard of that before, first of all. But the music stops, and Aizen just like swats Ichigo away. I don't think there's ever been a more disrespectful scene in anime.
I still haven't
Ever.
seen that in the anime. I've only read that in the manga.
Maybe Kurapika coming to a fight with a shovel. That was pretty crazy.
See,
Like Broku, imagine that. You walk up
I need to watch that,
a
dude.
fight,
I've
you
only
tell someone,
read
I'm gonna
that.
kill you.
hello, dude. That's not even what happened.
Somebody said, "Lol, dude, that's not even what happens."
Am I the only
do
person
you mean
in this
that's not
world
what
who
happens?
didn't watch One Piece? Spinner, no offense, but you low-key ruined his interactions with him in the chat. What are you talking about?
He's just a bit too shallow for me to enjoy him as much as others do. Oh, Aizen. He's talking about Aizen.
He's talking about me. I like Bleach a lot, but
Like, it's just crazy because like this one moment in Bleach subverted all the anime tropes. Like, whenever like if Naruto's music starts playing and you see a flashback of him on the swing, he just won the fight. Like, he just caught a W. It happens to Ichigo, and he still catches an L. It was crazy.
hey, Broku, what do you think about the Black Clover game getting some custom character forms, a bit like what's happened with Bleach Brave Souls? I think you're talking about like the alternative outfits for all the characters. Some of those look really cool, but some look really cringe. Oh my god. Have you seen those, Peter?
No.
Oh my
Let me see
god.
these.
Like
Something
some look fire. Like Yami's alternative outfits look so good. But fucking Yuno's looks atrocious. And Asta's is just weird. I think Charlotte's look good too.
I'm really glad they slimmed down Austin. They kind of just made a switch like halfway through the Spade arc.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I think we're gonna
He was
make Austin
beefy as
skinny
hell.
again.
Not alternate outfits?
At
Then
the
what do you mean,
beginning, he looked like a troll.
Lucifero stopping Asta's sword. Yeah, but Lucifero is an L villain.
Okay. Somebody said the most disrespectful moment will always be Gojo. I'm gonna respect that answer. He said he sat on Sukuna. Bringing Yuji into Jogo's domain was wild.
What do you think about the planetary meta for JJK because of the black hole stuff?
It's just stated.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. It's just stated, and then Yuji's mom's technique can stop it somehow.
Yeah, that shit was wild. That came out of nowhere. It's pretty epic. I mean, it does seem pretty sound because like they
Where are
literally
these-
go through to explain like what a black hole is and does, and they even mention that like what the size of a coin would be, however much in terms of mass.
And I'm not one of those people that think black holes immediately scale you.
Yeah.
In my video where I'm like taking on, I forget what was it, a Dante scaling video that I was debunking? I don't even remember what it was, but I specifically got upset about you saying like black hole planetary, black hole star level. I don't think it usually. This one was very different.
Yeah.
Like they make it very clear. They're like, this size black hole would have the power to destroy this much. And honestly, it doesn't have like the anime black hole qualities. It's
Yeah.
like just actually like, yeah, I'm gonna suck in everything around.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, I remember reading that shit. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, that's just fucking insane. But people are still trying to say, like, it scales to nobody or whatever in JJK.
Everybody who's asking about like Gojo now, because his name was brought up,
Oh,
how
yeah.
Asta would like battle it. I have a whole video on it of Asta versus Gojo. It's a little old, and there's some stuff that was left out, but I think it answers all the questions.
Yeah. When is the JJK anime returning? Do you know?
I don't know. I think the longer it takes, the better.
Yeah.
Let those animators see their children.
Oh my god, true. It's kind of sad, but...
Oh, are you of the opinion that one of the paladins is Morgan?
I think that it's highly possible. Yeah, like the
Have
one...
you seen the one that people think is Morgan?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Which one you're talking about.
The one that's like standing in the background? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Lucius can bring anybody
convinced.
back.
Lucius really learned Edo Tensei. That's crazy.
Dude, it's wild. Like, I kind of hope that Licht and Lumiere come back as paladins, but Licht is less likely.
Sleeping
'cause
Danger,
it's an
Hollow
elf,
Purple. Oh, sorry.
Now you go.
I was just gonna respond to this. Hollow Purple has no attack potency. It's literally just existence ratio. JJK is July 2023.
Oh, well, that's not too far.
If Yuno moves in time stop, and if Asta surpasses Yuno, it will give Asta indirect feed of measurable speed. Yes.
Yeah.
Sight is going crazy.
Yeah.
With these immeasurable speed.
Yeah, I mean, because if anybody...
He's like, give it to me.
If anybody has a measurable speed scaling and then they scale to that person in speed, they would just essentially get it. Like, it'd be like, it really wouldn't be that different.
Honestly,
from
if
somebody
Asta is
moved at
faster
light
than
speed
somebody,
and then you moved relative or
Oh,
faster
yeah.
than them, then it would be kind of the same logic. But one of the paladins is Lasita or Asta's dad.
bro, I don't care who Asta's dad is. Don't answer the
I
question.
really don't. I
genuinely,
honestly,
genuinely don't answer that question.
I really wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have a dad. Unless she does curse just made him because she absorbed life energy.
Or it's like a Palpatine situation. And he's like
Oh.
he's made of mana, so he has none.
That'd be freaking wild, bro. Yeah, what do you have any theories going into this final part of like, is Asta Devil Hybrid?
I think the
Blah, blah,
quality.
blah.
I think the quality is going to kick back up.
Yeah.
That's my main theory, and I hope it's true.
You don't think that the current
Because-
part is as quality as what?
I think it was very obvious that the spade saga, as you call it,
Mhm.
was worse than the alpha.
Oh yeah,
That whole saga.
yeah. I want to
And
try
it's-
and make a video.
I
on
mean,
that.
one of his. I mean, there's like a direct tweet from one of his editors that's like, yeah, whenever I worked for Tabata back in the Veto arc, he had everything planned out.
Yeah.
Now I'm working for Akutami, and comparatively, it's like he's flying by the seat of his pants. Like,
Really?
what? And it's just because chapters 1 through, like, I think it's chapter 1 through 170 were, like, planned years ago.
Oh no. Yeah.
Like, he
Makes
knew
sense.
what he wanted to do all through the Elf arc.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
And then he, like, takes a month break and tries to write the entire Spade Saga.
I remember that one of the new. It wasn't the first editor, but he had came on, and it was before the Elf arc started, so I think it was like 150 or whatever, and the story was already completely planned to like 228 if how it's gonna end. So it is like always, at least at that point, is planned fairly far in advance. But I wonder if Tabata's idea of how the story should go, if it was changed a lot by how many different editors he's had. Because I mean that's what it feels like for the Spade Saga for me. That the second arc of it was not how it was supposed to end in Tabata's head. Like
the Spade arc feels a little commercial, if that makes sense.
What I like about the Elf Saga
the Elf arc
is that it's made up of 8 different stories, like 8 arcs, and the Spade Saga is just 2, like, fat arcs. Like it feels the Elf arc or Saga feels more structured.
I understand why we're doing it now, but I honestly would have preferred the Ryuzen arc, the Ryuzen 7 arc, to happen during the time skip.
Like between the 15 months?
No. Between the time skip between Elf arc and Spade arc.
Oh really?
Yeah. Have Austin get chased out of the entire continent.
Oh, with like him using devil powers and then he has to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Have him get chased off the continent, learn more, come back, because the Elf Kingdom is, or the Spade is like invading the Clover or some shit. I don't care.
That would have been interesting. And then he just learns Zetten in the Spade Saga?
Yeah.
Or by the Spade Saga?
Have him learn Zetten in the Spade. Notice that, like, oh, this thing inside of me is strong. Because he, like, gets more in touch with his own ki. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it really changes I don't think it changes anything if you just put that somewhere else.
Yeah. I wish that the Spade Saga had an arc.
So far, the Ryuzen 7 arc is, like, the most self-contained.
Yeah. That would have been interesting to see.
Elf arc was peak shonen?
We're
going to talk about peak shonen in this next collab.
Naruto.
Honestly, the pain arc is just hurt.
That is a pretty good part of Naruto. Like, that was my favorite part. How many chapters is that arc or saga?
The pain arc is incredibly quick.
Is it?
It's literally just like you turn around from Sasuke versus Deidara, and you see Jiraiya fight Pain, then Sasuke fights Itachi, then Naruto fights Pain, and it's over. It's just 3 fights. There's like no build up.
Yeah, I need to reread Naruto at some point.
I may have been wrong. I am now looking at it, and it is like 5 volumes.
Well, that's not like crazy.
It's like 42 to 47 or 48. No.
Oh, okay. Wait, if that's 7 volumes, actually, that could be actually decently long.
It doesn't feel long.
Pain was right. We all know the speech, and we can't say he's wrong.
Pain was right. Oh, God. In fact, Gaara proves that Pain was right. Gaara's speech... Okay, so, like, at the beginning of the war arc, not all the countries want to, like, work together. And so they, like, round all 80,000 soldiers up. And Gaara, as the commander, has to give a speech to all of them. And he literally just, like, basically says Pain is right. Like, you can't look at each other, know each other's pain, and still hate each other. Like, we just have to work together. Austin's Infinity Slash will always be better than Dimension Slash. Okay, there you go. Somebody's asked that like 8 times. Anti-magic just makes it better.
Yeah. Spade arc post, fell off a cliff. Oh, yeah, like, after the Zenon fight, I agree, yeah. Honestly, up to the end of the fight, I thought the Like, I believe that was chapter 311. I thought the Spade saga was better than the Elf. And then, like, the Morris, L, and then Lucifero, and it ended up me liking the Elf better. But...
Would the Spade saga be less hated if Lucifero never manifested and Lucifero's own journal? I don't think Lucifero is responsible for it.
I think that you could have had Lucifero and it still be good. I just don't think that Tabata did it very well with Lucifero.
Yeah, I feel like the main issue is I'm still wondering how there's more than 10,000 Leaf Shinobi when only 9 getting past a year. When only 9 getting past what? The Academy entrance exam? We had 9 past that year. There's way more to it than that. I just feel like the issue with the Spade arc is that it feels like every chapter there's a new antagonist. He's like the big bad.
I mean, I didn't really have an issue with that as much because it was a
crap,
war.
This guy Xenon's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap, this guy's crazy. Oh, this guy Dante's wild. Oh my gosh, who's Magicula? She's wild. Is this Noct guy a bad guy? Like, that's within 4 volumes.
Yeah. How would you guys correct Morris versus Lucifero? I mean, that's like way too much to get into. You can watch my video on Morris and just see, Jay. For Lucifero, I'm probably gonna make a video on that too. But I mean, there's a lot of different things. I think that Lucifero, like, it's not that it was necessarily bad that he was like a petulant man. Like, I mean, it makes sense. He's the most powerful. He's the Devil King. But like, I wanted some like lore that he could talk about, some past, something for him or whatever, anything, and we don't really get anything.
Here's how to make Lucifero fight better. Let it be like Naruto versus Kakuzu, where Asta genuinely feels like he has something to prove and wants to fight Lucifero alone. Have Asta and Lee be like, no, this is us. Like, this is our 1v1. Don't interfere.
Oh, yeah.
And let it be like a very petty battle.
I also think that it would have been better if Lucifero actually won that fight, but then he like still technically loses because Cliplock gets destroyed or whatever, and he gets sent back to the underworld. And then they do it that way, where Austin Lee would go to the underworld and fight Lucifero in the underworld. I don't know, but like Lucifero's introduction was pretty hype, but I don't know.
It's just sad to know that, like, okay, that was half of Lucifero. Austin now knows Zetan and can 10x his power.
Yeah.
So then, what is full Lucifero doing? Current Asta solos the underworld.
Yep.
All of it. Every last one. There is nobody down there that can give Asta a run for his money anymore.
Yeah. I think that's part of my issue with Lucifero ended up being the villain, because he's already supposed to be the pinnacle of power for the underworld. And I thought that was a little too soon.
I swear, Lucifero's like 12 feet tall, whoever asked.
He is massive, bro. I remember when he first manifested, and because of the shitty, like, quality of the scans, everybody thought his dick was just hanging out when he first manifested. Do you remember that?
That's a W.
It was so fucking funny.
Bro's just letting him hang.
People are like, Lucifero ain't clipped. That was the funniest fucking thing. I remember I was in Twitter Spaces when the leaks for that chapter came out, and everybody was like, bro, why is Tabata having Lucifero's dick hanging out? I'm like, guys, that's not his dick. I don't think that... Can I even do that in Shonen Jump?
What?
Just have a character's dick hanging out?
There was a lesbian sex scene on the cover of a Chainsaw Man chapter. Absolutely.
Did it actually show that much?
You just have to adjust the rating. No, it really didn't. But it was still rated M, and you couldn't see it on the Viz app on mobile.
Yeah, I remember that page was not on. Well, didn't they remove that entire chapter from Viz actually on mobile?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
entire chapter wasn't on the Viz mobile app. I actually think it was chapter 60.
I remember.
Like I genuinely think that was the joke. Or was it 68? I think it was 60. Yeah, it's 68.
If you guys want to see the reference I'm
cheating?
talking about, go to chapter 317 for Lucifero's manifestation.
Hey, it's kind of odd that they're asking, but
Like it's literally just him on like a knee and it's his other knee hanging out, but it looks like something completely different in the when the scans came out and they were in shitty quality. Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" What?
No way.
Bro, that was the funniest shit. Like people are like, "Oh, that's how he's gonna go against."
Yes,
Oscar's
they
Demon
can.
Slayer
In
sword."
original Dragon Ball, they showed Goku's PP multiple. Well, one, he was a child.
Yeah.
Two, I don't think original Dragon Ball was like unironically like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Possibly 30 if you're talking about like early Dragon Ball
Oh
volume.
yeah, yeah. It was like 1984 when the manga started releasing.
Yeah.
I need to Google that, bruh. That was the fucking wildest shit. Oh my god.
Bro, Lucifero got the size 17 boots on him, bro. When he put his foot in Austin's chest, that was crazy.
Oh, that and like just his presence when he first came in, and then everybody just like fell like. I remember, what does he say? He says, "All of you bow your heads," and this. But I remember TCB translated it, and it sounded way more badass.
So Broku, this is the equivalent of what Aizen did after he revealed himself as a villain.
Yeah, that somebody mentioned that. I mean, I remember, like, I've read all of Bleach. I just haven't seen it in the anime. Lucifero looks so weird too.
So we agree that like Devil Union is just an amalgam of Bankai and KCM2, right?
What is? I don't even know what technically KCM2 is. Like, I hear like, is that like a transformation that Naruto has? Like a form of his.
It's Naruto's like synchrony transformation with Kurama or the Nine Tails.
Oh, okay.
And similar to Devil Union, it'll only last 5 minutes because it's the first time that they're using it. And if you remember how Ichigo got Bankai, it was by training in a cave for a week, fighting his inner demon. I think it's hilarious how inspired Black Clover is. I don't think it's a ripoff. Black Clover is not a ripoff.
No.
But some of the parallels are really funny.
Yeah. I mean, it does take a lot of inspiration. Demetrius, in the leaks today, somewhere on panel, it stated that no matter how strong the magic is, Austin will build and erase it. What do you make of this? He stated in the past, Austin needs a scale to it. I would just go that that's been stated many times, but then it's also been shown many times that
it's just not true.
Yeah. Like,
so
there's just a lot.
I mean, I said this in chat, but it seems to me if it's regular magic, Austin's anti-magic can erase it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like negative mana magic or naturally enhanced magic,
you're talking like
Austin has to be
mana
relative to or stronger than. Yes.
Yeah. I would say that probably works, because most, if not every single anti-feat for anti-magic is with negative mana. Like, because like the biggest ones are he couldn't negate the ancient demon spell without Devil Union, and then you have Nox Shadow Clones just grabbing his sword and nothing happening to them, and yeah, like that. Yeah, almost everything is just negative mana based that. Where Asta actually just can't negate it automatically. So like,
What's
the
really
answer is
crazy is
Demetrius. It's just like it's been stated many times, but if it's shown that's not the case, then what? Like, shouldn't we go over what's been shown versus what's been said?
it's really crazy that like this means he was just stronger than Veto.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
because
the
Veto was
anti-magic in
literally
his sword was just stronger
using
than
Demon
Veto.
Mana. That's what... I don't know why Viz translated that to mythical beast magic when in the Raws it's demon beast magic.
Which we then see again from someone else.
Yeah.
But, well, let's just be happy for Viz, because if it weren't for Viz, we would be talking about Aster and Juno.
That's true.
So let's put some respect on Viz.
Hey, and Viz got the proper clean looking scans too, no matter what they translate. And they are right the vast majority of the time. But
Viz is right like 97% of the time.
yeah.
And 99% of the time, it's right in the volume.
Yeah,
there are
exactly.
very, very few Viz translations that are still messed up by the time the volume goes to print, because they'll just correct it.
Yeah, and some of the things that people think are Viz mistranslations are actually errors in the original Japanese. Like, there was that one time where it was stated that Zenon could only use 70% when he was fighting Ino. People thought that was an English mistranslation, but it really said 70% in the Japanese, and then it was fixed in both. So it's like, even some of the errors people attribute to Viz when it's not even... It's just like an error in the original source material.
And there will be like straight up art issues that are fixed in the Viz.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, originally in the Viz, the art showed that Lucifero was alone behind the last gate of Clyfoth.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to there are 3 devils behind the last gate.
Yeah, they're all
And
the devil
Lucifero is
kings.
just the strongest one. WViz.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I like Viz.
I have
but-
work in 4 minutes, and the drive is 2 minutes to get there. I'm also butt booty naked sitting in my chair. So, I
Oh
think
my
it's time for me to
god,
dip.
bro.
I'll see you around, Broku.
Alright, see ya.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna work on the script while I'm at work today. Tomorrow,
Alrighty,
we record.
yeah. I just got class at 3:30, so I'll have to leave my place by 3
I'll wake up.
p.m. Pacific
I'll wake up
time.
before
So, but yeah, tomorrow.
See you around, boss.
Yeah, see you, man. Thanks for coming on. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's just me now. That was funny, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that was fun. So that's Speener. That's actually the guy that I'm gonna be doing the collaboration with, which is the Black Bulls versus Pain. He knows a lot about Naruto. He knows a lot about Black Clover, too, but... Like I said, I didn't want to do a video, because I know that's, like, one of... Like, from all of you guys, the biggest video recommendations I get is comparing Black Clover to Naruto in terms of power scaling. And I just didn't want to do a video on Naruto like that, because I don't want to do a disservice. His YouTube is just Speener. If you look up, I'm sure if you just look up Speener, it shows like a, yeah, if you just search Speener, he's the first that shows up. And his like logo is, looks like a Boruto thing with a lightsaber. And he does a lot of debates and stuff, and a lot of Naruto, Boruto, and then Black Clover too. You should listen to his Black Clover debates. He's actually pretty good in terms of not only like knowledge of the series, but rhetoric as well. Like, in terms of like, it's hard to like say how good people are at debating, because a lot of times it depends on the topic. But like, Speener is a guy who could give a really hard topic to, and like something that would be like a devil's advocate, and he could still win the debate. Why is it not my description? Why is what not your description? Oh, in the description? I'll put it in the description, because I didn't think he was going to be coming on, honestly. I can add it to the description. Actually, I don't even know how I do. Oh, yeah, right here. I can add it. I'll add it to the description. He even did a video debunking one of my videos before. Alright, Speener's channel, is linked in the description. Okay, now my computer froze, so I can't get back to the chat. Damn. Luckily, I might have a huge W, and my girlfriend might be giving me her like brand new laptop because mine's a piece of shit, and she's gonna get a different one. So I might have a better laptop soon. Yami versus Noct. He did a debate on Yami versus Noct, I think. But I would say that a Yami... I mean, that's actually a very good topic, but I would put Yami above Noct. Yeah, this is a good stream. I'm gonna talk about one topic real quick. Yeah, you're right, Solo. He's a good debater. I'm gonna talk about one little topic that I want to talk about, and then I have to end the stream because I gotta study and I gotta make the video. I got a lot of shit to do. The stream went a bit longer than I thought it would because we're at an hour and a half and I still have something to talk about. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, because this is one of the things I've been running into. Am I the one that's shocked that Broku's got a girlfriend? I've had a girlfriend for over 2 years. Why would you be shocked? That's like... You coming for me, bro? Are you attacking me? No, I'm just kidding. One of the issues I have... So, like, as you know, guys, I like to talk about Black Clover power scaling a lot. I like to... That's one of the things I love to talk about. I love, theories, analysis, but power scaling. That's like what I love talking about for Black Clover. And pretty much any series I like to talk about power scaling. If it's like, some sort of a battle type series. Like I wouldn't power scale Knives Out or whatever. I just watched that movie for the first time. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen. But anyways, one of the issues I've run into whenever I talk or debate power scaling about the current arc of Black Clover is I'll basically run into scaling the Ryuzen because... And I'll scale them above Lucifero because, as you've seen in my streams or videos or even my clips on my Clips channel, we know that Devil Union Asta was relative to Lucifero, like full 50% power Lucifero, because in terms of speed, Lucifero had to essentially warp space to dodge his attacks. He needed to distract Asta to land a good hit on him. And when Lucifero did kick Asta, it didn't do really much to him at all, which means that Asta has speed and durability scaling, and also Asta could easily negate his gravity and then also destroy his concentrated gravity, which shows that Asta, if he just fought Lucifero in a one-on-one fight, he would get clobbered, right? I've talked about this many times, but he's still scaled relative, and then if you just go based off of that the Ryuzen scale above that Devil Union, and then they have their transformations on top of that, and they have Zetten on top of that, Zetten being a 40 times multiplier. And because you cannot scale Lucifero to be more than 40 times stronger than Asta, that means the Ryuzen are stronger. Now, what people try and argue of why I'm wrong, and this is like kind of cope, is that the Ryuzen don't have any scaling because Asta is mentally nerfed. That's what people say. And they say, well, Asta, he didn't think he was going to be able to get stronger, and because of that, he's weak, or whatever. Or he's not at his full power. But the issue I have with that is that a huge chunk of Asta doubting himself was resolved immediately. Not all of it, of course, but a huge chunk of it. Because Asta didn't think he could get stronger, and then all of a sudden, he gets shown Zetten, and he successfully actually activates a Zetten attack, and then he's like, oh, well, thanks for showing me motivation. I'll bring up the chapter just to show you guys. I'll probably put this as a clip, too, on my Clips channel, just for context. But... so yeah, this is it. So you have Asta saying, you want me to train? I've been training for as long as I can remember. I can't get any stronger than this. And then boom, Machika slaps the shit out of him and saying that he's being a disgrace and disrespectful. Then she shows him Zetten. And then Asta does Zetten. And then Asta's like, thank you. I can still get stronger. So immediately after that was shown, Asta gets some some progression, and he's like, okay, well, thanks for showing me I can get stronger. So that already puts a damper on the Asta is mentally nerfed, therefore the reason don't have any scaling. But also, like, the main reason, so the other reason is that people say because he's mentally nerfed, he's weak, and this is also proven by the fact that he can't use Zetten, which is incorrect, as I've showed in this chapter. Here is Asta using Zetten. And then, next chapter, chapter 340. Whoa, I just skipped through the whole chapter. Asta chapter 340. Look at this. Asta has used Zetten, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 times. 6 more times. So, Asta can use Zetten. He's not mentally nerfed where he can't use it. The issue that Asta is running into is because of his mental drawbacks, he doesn't have the concentration to use Zetten at the perfect time. That doesn't mean that he's not using Zetten to increase his power, or that he's mentally nerfed, like people are saying. So, let me find the... I think it's when he was fighting Yosuga. It's at 345. Yeah, so Yosuga... Yeah, so Yosuga says... You're full of doubt, kid. Swords don't lie. There's hesitation in the way you fight. Your convictions are not solid. Unlike you, there's nothing that my blade cannot cut. And that's why I'm strong, because I believe in that. And he basically says, there's no way he can use Zetten if he's like this. Which, again, nothing is showing that Asta is mentally nerfed. That, like, his power, like, his base power is, like, being cut. Or that his Zetten is weaker. The only issue is that he's not using Zetten at the perfect time, as shown by this panel right here. Asta is using Zetten. He's used it many, many times. He just, because he doesn't have the concentration, he's not timing it right. But that doesn't mean that he's weak. And, for example, because of, like, the feats, this guy is way faster than Lucifero because of the scaling. And that means that Lucifero is not going to be able to dodge this Zetten or whatever. So Asta could just hit Lucifero with it. So that gives, like, part of the scaling. But people are acting like that Asta's unscalable because he has some sort of a mental nerf, which I just don't agree with at all. Like, here's how I also think about it. Is, like, I have had mental nerves, quote unquote, in my own life. Like, I remember it was right before my senior season of high school football, and my grandpa died. And after I took a few days off, and then I went back to the weight room because this was right before the season started, so it was like, in the summer training. And even though I was mentally messed up, I could still perform a high level to what I was before. I wasn't like 100%, but I was like 95% as strong, as fast, as effective as I was before. And that's after my grandpa just died. And so, unless if you can prove that Asta is statistically, like, at a way less power level than he normally is, then there's no reason to use this as an argument at all. There's just no reason. Like, he's mentally nerfed in the sense that he is not concentrating to release Zetten at the perfect time. But releasing at the perfect time would not matter against somebody who's way slower, like Lucifero. Like, Yosuga has proven to be way faster because he can dodge a Zetten slash from Asta in his base. Broku's a jock too. How do you not know that? I have, like, old videos on my channel showing my high school football highlights. Like, I was all state. But are you city or street level? Wait, what is it? Wall level for normal people? Yeah, so, like, Lucifero would still lose to the Ryuzen because of, like, there's no way to prove or even justify that Asta is severely weakened. Because even if you argued that Asta is at half power because of his mental nerf, that would still mean that with Zetten, he's way over 20 times stronger or faster than Lucifero. and the other Ryuzen scale to that. So, like, you would need to show a huge nerf. Like, I'm talking, like, Asta would need to be at, like, probably way less than a quarter of his power to have, for this argument to have any weight. But is Broku is a high multi-universe level minimum? That'd be funny. Broku versus Arc 1 Asta clasped me. I'm probably gonna do a YouTube short and a TikTok on Arc 1 Asta because he actually is pretty strong compared to other shonens Arc 1. But regardless, yeah. So if anybody, if you see people using the mental nerf, like it just Asta's only nerfed in concentration. And a huge part of his quote-unquote mental nerf was already overcome by him just knowing that there's a technique that he can do that gives him an immediate huge power level increase. That is Zetten. He's just not fully concentrated to activate it at the right time. And he's only going to need to activate it at the right time against strong characters that are like fast and relative to him. Lucifero isn't. So it's like this doesn't negate any of the power scaling. Basically what's going on, guys, it's the same thing with Zagrid. It's just cope. Because it isn't the best writing to have the King of Devils being many times weaker than these people living in the human world. Like, Tabata could write and expand on the Land of the Sun to make this a lot better narratively, but right now, it is not a great narrative decision to have the Land of the Sun characters being way stronger than Lucifero, the King of Devils. So, like, I get why it's, like, cope, but, like, there's so much evidence. Like, there's the base Lucius scaling above 100% Lucifero, which is heavily supported. And, in fact, I found another, like, statement that shows that Lucius is stronger than Lucifero in base. But if I ever make another video on that, I'll include that. But, so you have all that. You have the Ryuzen scaling. But people just argue, okay, well, Lucius is not actually as strong as Lucifero. And then they say, oh, well, the Ryuzen are fighting physically. That's Asta's weakness, even though they're not. And the physical is not a true weakness to anti-magic because Asta scales relative to it. And then also you have them saying that Asta's mentally nerfed, which is not the case. Like, he's not mentally nerfed where his stats, like, oh, well, he's only a quarter as strong. He's only a quarter as fast. His concentration is nerfed by the mental stuff. And that's why he cannot time his Zetten right. But it does not mean that his stats are weak. But you were so disappointed when you saw how strong these guys were. How so? Broku versus Yuji pre-Sukuna. Dude, Yuji is superhuman speed, durability, lifting strength, attack potency. So he would absolutely clobber me, bro. I would have no chance. Like, he threw a shot put like a baseball, I believe. Like, further than any human ever could have thrown a shot put. And the fact that he threw a shot put like a baseball and his shoulder was fine means he has superhuman durability, which means none of my punches are doing anything to Yuji. And I believe, what did he run, like, 100-meter dash in like 5 seconds or something like that? He would be way faster than me. And then he would literally just kill me with a single punch, probably. But, so yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream, guys. Thanks for coming in. I'll be streaming it on Friday. Probably another chill stream where we'll talk about whatever. I have a couple things I want to talk about. And then Sunday, I'll be streaming again. And that'll be just a whole stream dedicated to the newest Black Clover chapter. I'll give my review on it, talk about the relevant stuff. Because there's already going to be relevant stuff. You've probably seen in the chat, people are already bringing it up. But I try to not talk about the chapter very much until the officials come out. But yeah, thanks you guys for coming to the stream. I got to go do some homework and I got to finish the video that's coming out tomorrow. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace out.